Hi, I'm Matt. I survived the largest natural disaster in the history of our world, where 240,000 people died in one
Blows my
day.
mind.
Yeah, and that would be the tsunami in Phuket in Thailand. So I can say I'm a survivor of the largest natural disaster in history.
With that said, there was some very good fortune. Some would say angels watching you for sure.
Yeah.
Luck. I mean, but I think God had his hand on you for sure that day.
Yeah, I believe that.
Talk to me about that.
We were traveling after I said I went to Thunderbird to get my graduate degree. We packed up for a backpacking trip, went to Thailand, 3 weeks backpacking through the jungles in northern Thailand, riding elephants, all the cool things. Incredible life experiences. We had just gotten our scuba diving certification in Thailand. It was one of my bucket list things, always wanted to scuba dive. So we were going to set out to go dive in the caves in the island of Phi Phi. We get over to the main island of Phuket, and we're going to get on this boat. It's a flat bottom ferry. It's supposed to transfer us over to our resort on Phi Phi and where we were going to go dive that day. And I feel like it was the hand of God, but something told me to put my hand on my wife's shoulder and just tell her I wasn't comfortable. So I told her there was something wrong with the tickets. We needed to get off, but there was an uneasiness stirring inside of me. And I didn't know what it was, but I said, we can't go on that boat. So we waited. My wife was very puzzled why I did that. And we get on the next boat, a little bit miffed, we might miss our scuba diving trip now. And we set out to sea. And so we're in the middle of the China Sea, I believe. And we're between Phuket and Phi Phi. And suddenly the entire ocean went as smooth as glass as you could possibly imagine. The birds started acting weird. We started to hear strange things from the island we were headed towards. And then we heard screaming, and we heard the radio light up on our boat, and a lot of people frantically talking in Thai. And our boat captain said, "Big wave, big wave." And everybody dead, everybody gone. And so we started to try to figure out what that meant. And we just realized he was describing that a large wave at 25 feet, moving at 500 miles an hour, had ripped underneath our boat as a shock wave, gone up, risen up, and killed and wiped out everybody on the island ahead of us, including the boat that had gone before us, including the bungalows we were supposed to stay in, and nothing left. Total devastation. And when we arrived at the island just minutes later, I can't even describe what the scene is. You can use your own imagination. I'm sure you've seen the Hollywood movies about it. It's pretty terrible. But when you get there, trees, massive trees, totally flattened, boats up on the rocks, things floating you'd rather not see floating in the ocean around us. No dock to dock, no way to get onto the island and get through the debris. So we went back out to sea. It had looked like Armageddon had just happened. It looked like it was the end of the world. And so we get back out to sea. Our boat captain was getting radio calls that his family had perished and was missing on another island nearby. And we said, "Go, save your family. Do what you need to do." He said, "No, in broken English, I'm saving you guys." And so he threw lobster traps out in the ocean so that in case we were going to be floating on this boat for a very long time, we could catch some food. And we started to figure out water and lobster traps and all the things. Anyway, we decided to strap our passports in a baggie to our life jackets in case there was another wave coming. We had gotten a report that a second tsunami was on its way. And we didn't know what that meant. We thought, is it going to be bigger? Is it going to be worse? We didn't know why we were saved. So we strapped our passports in these baggies. And our idea was if we were killed, we at least wanted to be identified. So when we were buried, they would know who we were because there were so many bodies. And so we sat on the boat with our passports strapped to us in these baggies, and we just clung to each other, me and my wife, and we prayed. And you do one of those bargain prayers. Lord, if I make it out of this, I will be a good person. I will do something great. All the bargaining that you could possibly do. And you have 10 hours to think about that. Because 10 hours later, the Thai military Navy came by and saved us, put us on their boat, a larger boat, a ship that would be more stable if something happened. The second wave, we never saw it. And we were transferred back to the island of Phuket. And, there's some interesting stories that happened after that, but the majority of it is that the earth kept shaking. Our buildings and all around us kept crumbling. We just stayed in a hotel for the night, clinging to each other, feeling all the earthquakes and things. And eventually we were rescued by the U.S. military 2 days later and flown out of Phuket to London and out of there.
Wow. Whew. And I had no idea that many people were passed or was that big. I knew it was a big deal.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that big of a deal.
It was. I think the number's 238,000. I think I round up to 240, but
Oof. Just instantaneously. It's like
250,000 people wiped off this earth in one day.
Jeez.
And I have to tell you, Will, there's not a day that I don't somehow wonder why. Why did that happen?
Yeah.
And why did I survive it? There has to be a reason.
Yeah.
There can't be no reason. There has to be a reason.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, I shared with you after the avalanche that motivated me to capture stories of people overcoming adversity.
Yeah.
Because everybody that was in it took it differently. I was incredibly grateful that I was alive.
Right.
Right. Someone passed. Other people were they took it completely different. You have to use it as a core because we all go through things, maybe not to that dramatic of a level by any means, but I
didn't mean for it to be that dramatic.
Yeah. Well, it's not like you could plan it, but it's like you could take that core and say, I'm here for a reason. I need to do bigger things. I need to make a bigger impact.
Right.
And that's significant.